G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at how the Extreme Z Awakening for the free-to-play Total Invasion Tora performs in the Extreme Super Battle Road. And this is a very tough Extreme Super Battle Road, probably one of the gold standards of Extreme Super Battle Road for me. That is the pure Saiyans Extreme Super Battle Road. Now, it's basically a stage that you're not going to be able to essentially take on without items unless you have the absolute best team that is all rainbow. Like, that is the upper limit of this stage. It's in fact probably even a stage that you would need pretty solid equipment on, and also need all link level 10s to really get through no item. Like even easy aid rainbow units like this Vegeta, who are some of the best units, or one of the best easy aid units in the game, if not the best easy aid unit in the game, will struggle with this stage. This stage is very, very hard, and we're going to take a look at how Tora does in this stage. Now, an important thing to take note of, in terms of like Tora's passive, it's important to note that he has attack and defense of 150%, or allies key +3 and attack and defense of 30%. Team Bardock category allies have a chance of performing a critical hit +10%. So you can see he's very much a support orientated character. So we're not going to evaluate him solely based on his raw numbers, because he does bring a lot to the rest of the rotation, and I think that's very important to take note. He also recovers 15% HP when there is 3 or more low-class warrior category allies on the team and your health is below 85%, which is actually very, very helpful when you consider the team build that you can run, and also just how hard these stages are. Having 15% healing is very good, especially since Saiyans teams do not carry a lot of regen. They don't have regeneration links, they generally don't give health back. So a unit like Tora giving health back is pretty good. 329,000 damage is a lot, and that's not something really too surprising, if I can say the least. Tora did pretty well there. 10k with an item active is not too bad. He had 100k defense and he did 1.7 million in damage. Now, it's important to note, and I'm going to say it because you need to understand, Tora is not a main slot unit. Tora is designed to float until a point where his defense becomes a lot higher, and then you can kind of shift him into the main phase. He's definitely more a support for short form events, and he's definitely more of a main rotation character for long form events due to his infinite stacking. Now, it's important to be aware that Tora as a unit provides a lot to the rotation. So firstly, just to obviously point it out, something very important to take note of, Tora, for example, is going to heal us up 15% next turn. So you're going to see our health go up quite a lot, and that's because of Tora's regeneration that he brings to us. It's very, very good, and that healing is something that's very valuable. So next turn you're going to see our health go up quite a bit, and that's all because of Tora. There's no other regeneration on pure Saiyans teams at all. You can see that we regained, look, nice big chunk of health back, and that's because of Tora. So right off the bat, that is something that you almost have to kind of evaluate him with. Secondly, okay, so here we have, we're going to activate no item. We're going to see how he tanks on the second turn. Now this is with type advantage, so we should see him tank relatively well. Considering that he's going to have type advantage. He's also managed to stack his defense a little bit, which is good. And we're getting a very crucial defensive link active for him, which is called Judgment. Now, Cold Judgment is a very strong link that's going to help him out a lot. So you can see there 2.2 million. That's very, very good. That's because of the Gain and Bardock active skill effect. You can see there a second super attack, which is also very, very good. And his defense would have raised quite substantially there, which is a very solid situation. Obviously, Bardock and Gain, a very underrated unit, very limited categories, but pretty powerful and pretty fun to use when you do get things right. But Tora doing a very good job. I think the fact that he doesn't die from a type neutral super attack with an item active is basically the summation of being good enough to run the Pure Saiyans ESBR, which, yeah, some people might think is a bit of a low bar to set, but I think if you can do that, then you are pretty much set for being a usable unit in this event. Obviously, you can't really measure Tora entirely based on his damage and his defensive numbers. You know, in terms of his entire, you know, like, ability to function, yeah, he basically has pretty solid link skills, which is always helpful. Shattering the Limit, great link. Prepared for Battle, great link. Saiyan Lineage, great link. And Saiyan Warrior Race is a great link. Cold Judgment, pretty solid as well. Saiyan Pride, okay, but something you can get a lot on Team Bardock teams. And then obviously Team Bardock, something he shares with all the Team Bardock units, but overall for the most part is more than fine. Not to mention also that he does fire super attacks from having SA9. So again, also a big perk of him is the ability to not have to have full key to fire off a super attack. Although not something major, it is still something relatively important. The only real downside is obviously categories. Team Bardock are only on Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyan, Team Bardock, Space Traveling Warriors, and Storied Figures. A lot of which don't necessarily have an SBR, ESBR stage just yet. But, you know, Team Bardock has an SBR stage, Pure Saiyans has an SBR and an ESBR. Low Class Warriors doesn't have anything just yet, but it probably will in future. Same with Space Traveling Warriors. So, yeah, for the most part, you do have some decent options. And we'll definitely be able to take a look at how that whole team does against all of these events. But, yeah, Tora looks really solid. He looks really, really decent. And we're going to take a look here because this is his best situation. 1.8 million, pretty decent. You know, now he's going to take a lot of damage, but that's okay. Without an item, you expect him to take a lot of damage because you expect a lot of units to take a lot of damage in Pure Saiyans ESBR. So that's not a bad thing for me. It just shows that obviously he's not the world's tankiest unit, which is always important to note. But I think he brings a lot of good to the rotation, and he's definitely usable. But that's it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, and bye.